My safe word will be whiskey.
Sorry, Rod, what was that?
Whiskey.
Your friends wasted, Anakin.
Check this out!
Pork chop sandwiches!
Freaking pump! I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day!
Oh! Man, he hit his ass with a porky toe. Man, nice.
God, I go to church every goddamn Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me?
No matter what you do, I will be proud of you, even if you receive a liberal arts degree. Baby time. It's baby time. Wait, I wasn't finished!
Alright, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick!
You know my dad?
Oh, G.I. Joe! What the fuck? No, this is my hat now. This is totally my hat.
Hello, hello, hello. Rowdy Riles back with another rundown. I've got a special guest host today. We've got Miss Oreo here. You ever take a nap and then your alarm goes off and you're like, fuck, I don't want to wake up. That was me like 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, I have to wake up because I got to do my stream. It's Thursday. It's time for the rundown. What's up, Kaiju Kitty? Also, hello, Stu. I saw you in there. I already said hello, but hi. So we got my kitty here with me. Ouch. I guess she was excited about the stream too. This is Oreo. I'm sure y'all already know that. But today was rundown. We had some breaking news today, actually, we're going to talk about as well. But I wanted to talk about three things, really. I wanted to talk about... Why is my shirt crooked? Why am I crooked? That's the main thing. I wanted to talk about ToyTuber Expo, and I wanted to talk about the Mandarin 2-pack originally, but now I'm also going to talk about Maximum Deadpool. So that is on the cards. We're going to talk about all that stuff and more. It'll be fun, I promise. So first of all, I want to talk about ToyTuber Expo. I want to talk about the experience. I know I did a bunch of videos on it, actually. I dumped all my content on it, everything. What's up, Avi? FD? CJ, hello, my mod, titular heroine, how's it going? Everybody, welcome. So I wanted to talk about ToyTuber Expo, and speaking of Avi, I actually have his video here that I was going to use for background while I'm talking about it. What's up, Frankie? Look at everyone. I see all y'all invaded my Dave streams, taking my personal time from Dave. I see y'all. I see what you're doing. All right, let me flip this over. It's Tiny Me. Hello. And then where is the other one? Here we go. All right. So I want to talk about ToyTuber Expo a little bit. Abby did a great video. I'm pretty sure Abby is the only one that... Oh, I'm covering my banner. Hold on. That won't do. That won't do. Let me fix that. I'm pretty sure Abby is the only one that did a whole walkthrough video of the floor. He got a really good video. He showed everything off. Who else is in here? You have no more personal space, fool. You big time. I need my personal space. Personal space is very important, Frankie. But yeah, ToyTuber Expo, I would say it was a great success. There were so many creative and wonderful people there. Vibes were pristine. It was a lot of fun. What's up, Denzens? Welcome. Avi got a great video. There's some of his pickups right there. It was so great to meet Avi in person, to meet Jenna in person, to meet Frankie in person, to meet Toy Gains, Yojo Jerk, Disavowed, Skelly, Dave, of course. I met Laser Pants. I met Art G. God, I met some of y'all. I met subscribers. I met Four Feathers. I met Blake Tarpley, who's like the mod supreme over on 3POA. It's more like who didn't I meet at ToyTuber Expo, and that was really the only reason I went there, was to meet people. It just so happened that I also got some great pickups, so that was a nice icing on the cake. And Abby, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but Dave also used your video on his channel. He had you tagged and everything, so your video's getting some rotation. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure you're the only one that did this walkthrough and took the time and was sober enough to get through the whole expo floor and not be distracted by fools like me. Because I pop up in Abby's video. It's another reason I wanted to pull it up, and so does Dave. But it was just such a great experience. I want, if when Ninja announces it, because I'm sure he's going to announce it, I want everyone to make sure that they do their best to go next year. Yeah, it's his ToyTuber Expo rundown video. Go check his channel after this. Not right now, obviously. But yeah, he used your footage, and that's great. It's good to credit you. That's why I'm crediting you here. But like I said, you did a great job filming this, getting all the footage that nobody else got, because we were all just filming in bits and pieces, and Abby was determined. He was like, I'm walking this whole show floor, and I'm getting every nook and cranny of it. And then he's over at the Mythic Legions booth, and that was really cool to see all that. But oh, look who it is. It's me. It's Rowdy Riles in the flesh. But yeah, it was so great to see everybody. The panels were awesome. So Duarte's panel, I caught it briefly. There's Dave. I pointed to him. I was like, look, it's Dave. Daveception again. Duarte's panel was great. We had Big Nerdy do a panel talking about moving from collecting to, it took 2 tries. I'm sure it did, because there was just so much. You had to be like, nope, blinders are on. So thank you for taking the time to talk to me a little bit in your video. I wasn't sure if you were live or recording, but I was like, I'm gonna run up on Abby. I'm just gonna do it, and of course I did. So, D Amazing had an awesome panel, and then Bobby Vala had a panel as well that was had full of announcements, full of some good information, a good Q&A. So good to see all of you here supporting everyone. Well, listen, Stu, that's the thing. We were all supporting. Everyone was supporting me while I was also supporting everyone else. That was the point of ToyTuber Expo. It was to get, and I got like, not that it matters. Kaiju member for 4 months. Rock on. Thank you for always being there, Kaiju. I appreciate you. The point of ToyTuber, you know what? Screw it. That's worthy of a body massage, right?
Oh man, check out that thing, man.
What do you want to do with it?
Let's launch over it.
Who wants a body massage? Only Hawaii.
What did he just say to us?
Low. Mr. Body Massage Machine. Gone.
What the hell?
Body massage.
G.I. Joe!
I'd say that's worthy of one of those. And yeah, Spaded one, McDysentery, you would have gone broke in that room. I came with a budget, and I spent my budget and then some. I was like, I'm gonna save money for gas. No, I had to use my credit card to get gas on the way home. So I was like, shit, god dang it, I bought too much. I really did hang out with you, Riley. Seriously, very chill and down to earth. So are you, Frankie. It was like rolling up. It was like rolling up and meeting a bunch of people that you knew from like high school or something. That's what it felt like. You know, it felt like a high school reunion minus the personal, physical. No, but it was like we knew each other. Like no one was awkward. I'm like, I just ran right up to Dave. I rolled up on him. I was like, Dave, it's me. You can't escape me now. I'm here in real life. What's up, jerk? Yes, it was totally awesome to meet you. I totally brought that up. And one of your the sticker that you gave me is on my diorama. So in my videos going forward, if you watch any of them, you will see your face in my videos. If anyone gave me a sticker at the expo, they're in my diorama now. So I got Ninja. Max sent me one when he sent me the Joy Toy figures. So I got Max. I got one from Abby. I got one from Jenna. I got one from Jerk. I got Ninjas. Dave should have brought stickers. I'm going to tell him when he comes to Legions Con, get some stickers to hand out, because that's what we all really need is a bunch of stickers. I'll bring some. When I go to Legions Con, if I manage to make it go, I will get some stickers and I will bring them too, because stickers are fun. That's what everyone's there for, apparently. But there was so much cool stuff. Lone Wolf Labs, I actually ended up buying something from them. There's a video up on it right now with a diorama tour, which I dedicated to Frankie because he asked me to do it. It was the one right there in the middle with the ice machine and the parking cones. It's $20. $20 for that. So Lone Wolf Labs, they print in They print in PLA, which I understand because PETG is a whole nother monster. My girlfriend prints in mostly PETG because it's more heat resistant. But I don't have the skill to like sculpt stuff. She would have to print it regardless. There's Duarte with all of his cool stuff. Abby just nailing all the footage. So big ups to Abby. Duarte's wife had some baked goods for sale. So anything your little heart desires. The only thing that wasn't really there, and there was still a little bit of it, was like older stuff. We had there was a vendor there that had vintage Star Wars figures, and that was really about it. Most of the stuff was modern and custom, which was really nice to see. I remember going to Maryland Toy Expo, and it was great. It was humongous. There was so much stuff, but there was so much stuff. You know what I mean? Like there was Legends, there was old G.I. Joes, there was new G.I. Joes. What's up, Gaines? It was very nice to meet you too. Everyone who took the time to say hello to me and put up with me in real life, I appreciate y'all. It was a lot of fun meeting everybody, and just getting to interact physically. Like it's one thing to talk online on a keyboard and be like, but and even do interviews or live streams together. Like, you know, I've had Gaines on. I'm gonna get Jerk on at some point, and then I'll get both of them on at the same time, and that'll be a real show. But it's very different, but it's also the same because we all have interacted and we know each other to an extent where it's like I can walk up to you and say, hey, it's good to meet you, and just screw a handshake, give me a hug. I'm a hug person. So there was a lot of hugging, and it was just very nice. Everyone was very approachable, very sweet. There was just I can't say a bad thing about this con other than I had to drive I had to drive 11 hours round trip. Like that sucked. The drive there wasn't so bad because it was in the morning. I'm used to getting up. But as soon as I was getting ready to leave, and everyone can attest to this, it started drizzling by the hotel. And then I went 20 minutes down the road and it was raining buckets. I could not see shit in front of me. And then they had like a slowdown because the road had flooded, even though it wasn't really flooded. I guess it's a Jersey thing. Let me know, Jerseyites, in the chat if the roads usually flood like that, like in the middle of the road. Oh, I was hugging everyone. No one was safe. Yeah, it was great. I got to meet D Amazing. I got to meet Displaying Model Behavior Dave. You know, my YouTube idols. The only one that I'm missing out now is like from my top 3 or 4 is I want to meet. So I'm sure this will happen because I'm gonna try my best to go to IshCon next year. I'm sure I'll meet Nostalgia Unboxed, and I want to meet Robo. They say don't meet your heroes, but I want to just be like, hey, I appreciate your customs. I appreciate that you don't take a bad toy and accept that. And sometimes you just make it better yourself. I appreciate that kind of, because I don't have that patience. You know, I would just be like, this toy pisses me off, and I'd be done with it. But there's a couple customs I've made, and they were very time consuming and they were very labor intensive. I have live streams I can attest to that, me digging arms out of a Spider-Man torso. So it was just, IshCon will be a blast. I'm sure it will. I'll be like, Maryland Toy Expo was one thing. It was very big, and there was a couple people that I knew, but not a bunch of people. I knew everyone, almost everyone, and people that I didn't know came up and introduced me. He goes to Legion's Con, Robo. Well, I guess I'm going to Legion's Con. It is in New Jersey, right? I think it's a little bit closer. I think it's a little bit closer to me, like maybe 30, 45 minutes closer. And also, he had the Frazetta. I'm not sure. Abby, let me know who this is, because he was really nice. Oh, Detour Customs. Never mind. He's right there. Detour Customs had the Frazetta Conan. And so I'm getting my YouTube paycheck sometime next week. And I'm just, after having this Frazetta Conan in, he was only $75 there. I didn't see it. He's $90 on Big Bad Toy Store, but I am dropping the $90 on that fucking Frazetta Conan because he is smooth like butter. And I need a Conan next to my Red Sonja. And then once I have that Conan, I can just write off the whole Hyborian universe. I'll be like, I got I need Shimagoroth, or Gigantos, as Marvel likes to call him. But after that, I'll be done. I'll be like, cool, Red Sonja, Conan, sayonara. All right, so that was the video, but I still want to talk about it a little bit. So we'll hold on one second. just put me up here really quick. No, his neighbor had the prosthetic Conan. Oh, okay. Well, he was right next to Detour, which is oh look, Froggy Flips is auto playing on my channel. I wonder why. So another thing that me and my girlfriend want to do is try to start hitting up flea markets, because all my toys that I get rid of, I sell on eBay. And I'm good at selling toys. I put a fair price. I make sure that I make the money back. And I also know what shit that I'm selling is worth for the most part. And she likes to go thrifting. She likes to go to flea market. And I do too. But I think it would be fun to try and make a little side hustle out of it. Be like, oh, this is worth some money. If we buy this for $5, we can sell it for 20. That's a no-brainer, right? So that's another thing I want to do. Thanks, Froggy Flips, for pointing it out to me. But yeah, ToyTuber Expo was just so much fun. It was overwhelming for sure, but in a good way. It was an experience that you literally had to be there. Like, the video was one thing. Abby did a fantastic job showing off the show floor, but that doesn't really give you the vibe of the people there. That doesn't really let you see how much fun everyone is having, and how I bought it, haven't opened it yet. Well, you'll know if you played with it, Abby, with on the floor. That sounds terrible. If you got a hold of that Frazetta Conan and you were playing with that toy on the floor and you open that figure, you're just be so happy. I like how they did the shoulders, and I'll when I get the figure, I'll obviously do a review. But they like fully encase the joint. It's kind of like a hidden joint, and they go up smoothly and all that stuff. And the only way you can see the joint is like under the arm. So you have to like lift them up and flip them over to see the peg joint where it goes in. So it looks really seamless. Robert, what's going on? Definitely picking up Frazetta Girls Conan for my Savage Avengers display. Did y'all see these Motu styled Frazetta things that they're doing? Like, they're doing a Death Dealer on a retro card that looks like a Motu figure. That was pretty interesting. Let me get set up for the bad news first. We're gonna talk about bad news. So give me a second here. Put a pin in ToyTuber Expo. We'll come back around to it. But I had one topic in mind that I really wanted to talk about, and then we had the news of Maximum Deadpool today, so I will talk about that as well. We're only 20 minutes in, so plenty of time. All right, give me a second here. All right, so here's the ugly. Here's the bad. Oh, Hasbro, the things you do to us. So Hasbro literally announced, what, 2 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago? I think it was 2 days ago. I don't know. They're like, oh, we've got a Mandarin 2-pack. I hope that CJ's having a fantastic day as well, Sue. CJ's fantastic, so I hope she's having a fantastic day. Say that again. I do mean Maximum Dupe. I'm excited for Dupe, everyone's favorite non-binary bisexual blob. But we're gonna get to him later, don't worry. Right now we're talking about this shit fest over here. All right, so people are like, oh, the extremist Iron Man has an upper ball peg and ab crunch now. It's so much better. Forget the Mandarin. Y'all, we've been waiting for the Mandarin for as long as Hasbro's had the license. And I think that Toy Biz Dupe comes with some Deadpool figure. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if Toy Biz was doing Marvel Legends when they did the Mandarin. I believe they were doing the face-off packs, 2-packs, and I don't know if that was under the Marvel Legends umbrella, but they had done, you know, the Mandarin in his robe and his, you know, evil emperor kind of look, and then they had Iron Man, obviously. So Toy Biz did it, and it's Hasbro's job as the license holder. And I know Disney puts all these restrictions and bullshit on it, but it's Hasbro's job as the person in charge of the license to make versions of characters that we want. And if you can't make the version of the character that we want, you probably shouldn't make it and try to charge money for it. I'm just saying. I'm like, for real, like, why are you making this? Why? This Extremist Iron Man came out a year ago, not even a year ago. And then you're going to put the Mandarin in a John Wick suit with a very plain looking face and then an old man face. And the only 10 rings that he's going to get are going to be on the fisted hands. The other hands have no rings whatsoever. You get those crappy, swirly power effects. And then you get Iron Man with a new head and an updated torso. Woohoo! All for the low price of $50. I woke up today, everything after is gravy. Absolutely, Stu. What's up, Junkie on Crafts and Builds? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Good to talk to you. We talked a little bit about ToyTuber Expo. We're going to circle back to it, but Junkie on Crafts and Build was there as well. Where is the Mandarin? I don't see it. Yeah, right? Is the Mandarin in the room with us? Is he in the room with us? No, he's not. And they're showing off that finally Iron Man can do the superhero landing, but does that really fucking matter when it's packed with this? Whatever this is. And what's with this hand? Why is it so big? Like, they gave him long nails on one hand with no rings. And I could go on and on about all day about how bad this figure is and why it sucks. But I don't really want to do that because it's depressing. What I may do is wait for this to inevitably go on clearance. That is, what is that? That is the Mandarin kaiju, quote unquote, the Mandarin. I may wait for this to go on clearance, buy it for the head sculpt in the 10 rings, use that body for something else, and then find like a Mythic Legions or something, or like, you know who would be a good thing to modify to make. I was thinking of this the other day. I was trying to spitball Prince Zizor from Star Wars Black Series. I know they're not really compatible, but there's ways to make them compatible. If you take out the neck peg and put his neck peg in, and you take out the hands and get the Mandarin hands in, you could have a robed Mandarin with a little bit of soft goods. Now, is it something that he would wear? I don't know. You know, let me bring up. No, it's okay. I won't do it because I don't want to mess up the aesthetic. But, you know, I was thinking that maybe if it goes down to clearance, because this is still up for pre-order, it's not going to sell out, y'all. Like, look at that. Why? How is that the Mandarin? How does that guy even look slightly Chinese in descent or Asian in descent at all? Like, he doesn't. He just looks like some dude with long hair. He kind of looks a little bit like later, Abby. I'll take care of those kids, you know. Do you? It's all good. Catch the replay. Kenzo, what's going on? We're just talking shit about this awful 2-pack. And for awful for this reason and awful because they added the same Iron Man again. It's not even new. Just an update. Smoke break. But yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's not good. And then, you know, we have this extra head for Tony. Woohoo. Great. Amazing. Wait for clearance. 100% wait for clearance. And, you know, I like the Extremist suit. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a suit that Tony was wearing during Civil War, right? So it's a good suit. It's an iconic suit. The Extremist suit is iconic. Yes, Kaiju, that's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time. He looks like when Joseph Gordon-Levitt played young Bruce Willis, but like in a wig. Yeah, and Looper, that was a good movie. That was a good Rian Johnson movie. That's funny as hell. Even though I got my pre-order for Iron Man, Mandarin 2-pack, I might cancel if it comes at the same time as all my other pre-orders. Yeah, I get that. There's also the FOMO aspect. It's like, will we ever get another Mandarin? And it's like, probably not, but does that fucking matter when it's this one? This fucking guy over here. You know, it's just, no. And you know, they have comic book art for him like this, looking like he's going down to the square dance with some fucking rings on. He's like, yeah, come on, y'all. We're going to go dancing at the country club and we're going to get our square steps in. No, Mandarin. This is like some Fu Manchu looking dude. I don't know if that's offensive. I'm sorry if it is. Because I don't know. But it's like, why would you make this, Hasbro? Why would you even make it? Period. And yeah, the Tony Stark head is bad. It could work with other Tonys. But it's just like them being like, oh, you don't really want to buy this? Well, here's an extra head, and we also gave him an ab crunch. Oh, good job. Good job. And Dan Yun made a tweet the other day saying, make sure that you save your money. Bruh. And then they pushed back the Sentinel till January, so we have to save for that already. That's coming out in January now. They pushed it back, like, I think it was supposed to come out in October. So that's like 3 months. I'll check back on the replay. I'm gonna head home and get ready for Figure Action Podcast tonight. Go for it, Junkion. Good luck. Drive safe. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. I like all the pieces that went into him, but for different stuff, not Mandarin. Yeah, like, this suited body is fine. Like, you know, if I do end up getting this for clearance, people are like, oh, you need to make a Castiel custom. I could use this base. All I would really have to do is paint the tie and the coat and the pants and get a custom head sculpt of Misha Collins, and I would have Castiel from Supernatural. But I don't want to give Hasbro $50 for it. Like, fuck that. It's so crazy. What's up? The shoulders looking so off in promo shots other than the other. Are you talking about Iron Man or Mandarin? Oh yeah, because his Iron Man shoulders are a little low. And Mandarin just kind of looks kind of twinky. Like, I'm allowed to say that. I can say someone looks twinky. He's just not like, you would not picture this guy as Tony Stark's arch nemesis. Like, who is this freaking guy? He's in a suit. That's my Raphael from TMNT impression. What is that? A Jose Canseco bet? What's up with, oh, you already said that. I have been to square dances as a kid. I'm sorry, CJ. I'm sorry. But yeah, this 2-pack is a fucking bummer. I think that Hasbro really screwed the pooch on this. I don't see any merit in releasing something like this and marketing it as a new 2-pack. I don't know what the cat is doing down there. Mandarin has banana hands. He does indeed have banana hands. That's his, where is it? That's his Coke finger. So when he's trying to do a line, he just scoops it out and gets that big old finger in there. So it looks like that's his only long finger too. Iron Man 3 all over again. I actually enjoyed bits and pieces of Iron Man 3. That's the same movie, right? Where he's not in the suit. You know what was really funny in Iron Man 3? When he doesn't have a suit and he just has bits and pieces and a gun and he just starts fucking blowing people away. He's like, bam, bam, bam. Iron Man, more like Gatman. That shit was funny. They chose the long gray hair head because it comes from the storyline where Mandarin's rings are in his spine. That way his hands don't have to come with rings. Wow. Oh yeah, they're on my spine, Tony. They're on my spine. I still have them. Huh, huh. Is that how he casts magic? He just kind of flops around like, whoa, wacky wailing inflatable arm flailing tube man. That's so stupid. What a dumb storyline. Mandarin doesn't do lines. He does row and sometimes lanes. Rows and sometimes lanes. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? All right, so bad news. Boo. Boo this 2-pack. Boo Hasbro. Boo, boo, boo. Boo. Really quickly, we'll go through the pictures one more time, because this just looks stupid. Oh, look at me. I got rings in my spine, everybody. That's this, apparently. And now, was that during Tony Stark's time in the Extremis armor, or are they just grasping at straws here? We got the solicitation in the box, which the box is fine. Who gives a shit? It's a box. I throw them all away. We got the superhero landing. We got an arc blast. We got blasts in his feet. We got John Travolta from Pulp Fiction with a mullet. We got John Travolta from Pulp Fiction with the mullet's dad. With spine rings. Here he is powering up to fight Goku. And then we got, the accessories and all that stuff included. So all in all, a huge steaming turd, a piece of shit for $50. When you release a figure like this that's mostly reuse, you should mark it down by another $10, $15 at least. That's what you should do. But all right, now the price is debatable on this shit. And y'all know I'm a mark for a brand new figure in a classic look that we haven't gotten before. And they just announced this shit, I believe, today. The pre-order goes up on the 26th. So I'm looking forward to that. But drum roll, please. Oh, shit. Maximum Deadpool. With, nope, sorry. Maximum dupe with Deadpool accessories. That's the real winner here. So we saw dupe teased at San Diego Comic-Con, and everyone was like, you know what came with dupe? Toy Biz Deadpool. So you know what this is going to be? Maximum Deadpool. Swerve to the side and show yourself you're a freak, and then let it show and grab your partner. Oh, I was supposed to be doing that. Grab your partner, do-si-do. Sorry, Stu. I botched the landing there. All right, so Maximum Deadpool. Now, this is also $50, $49.99. They already announced the price. They already announced the pre-order date, 8/26. And yes, it does have no unmasked head sculpt. That is pretty whack. I have an old unmasked head sculpt that I painted up a little bit better, in my opinion, so I do have one, but it should have come with an unmasked Wade head sculpt. That is 100% fact. That was the only thing in this pack that I'm just like, why no unmasked head sculpt? Why no Wade head sculpt? But you know what we do get? We get a chimichanga, and then we get a stick of dynamite, which I think is pretty cool. I think the chimichanga is needed for Deadpool, especially if it's a maximum Deadpool. Maximum Deadpool, minimum dupe. No, it's the other way around, Bobby. Minimum Deadpool, maximum dupe. I was straight up hillbilly growing up, I'm telling you. CJ, we all come from different places. The only thing that matters is where we are now, which is in my live stream. So, you know, didn't the Bob 2-pack Deadpool have more than this? He had, I'm thinking in my head. He had the katanas, he had the nunchucks, he had the sai, and he had the bow staff. He had all the hands. He had an extra head sculpt, which didn't match. It didn't have the seam lines and all that stuff. There were 2 different head sculpts. And he came with 1 pistol and then no other guns. No, yeah, because Bob came with an SMG and a couple hands and then a briefcase. So I would say the accessory count is about the same. I believe this Deadpool comes with 20. Let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I heard something about 24, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it looks like he comes with a decent amount. I'm not saying that this is worth $50, but for Hasbro to make any money on these whatsoever, that's what they have to charge, because this, other than the hands, and I think both head sculpts are new. I think both the head sculpts are new, and obviously dupe is new. I think this is like 100% new sculpt. Hands don't count. Those molds are cheap. They're already all together anyway. But they are including the other hands, like the peace sign and the thumbs up, which is great. So other than the hands and the machine gun, the heavy machine gun, I'm pretty sure that's a G.I. Joe heavy machine gun. I think Jersey Maniac pointed out that it came from I am never going to get just a reasonably priced dupe, am I? No, because when people buy this and don't know what to do with dupe and they sell them, they're going to try to sell them for like $30. So no. This is the best way to get a reasonably priced dupe. And yes, dupe has articulated arms. That is correct. Too many chimichangas now. Have a maximum dupe. Oh my god, not the Deadpool suit I would want either. I get it, Kaiju. This is like a redo of the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. And that wasn't my favorite either, but I'm just glad they sculpted on detail instead of reusing the Renew Your Vows buck. I was really hoping that they would not do that, because I'd be like, this is the death of the Maximum line already. I almost picked Toy Boo's dupe up on the Raptor Market a few weeks ago, but he didn't pull the trigger, and now I'm happy that I'm getting it here. I missed it on STC, said Deadpool, so I'm getting this. I have STCC sorry, hiccups. I have STCC Deadpool, and I'm still getting this. Ooh, why do I always get the hiccups when I'm streaming? I had them at work today, too. So that could easily be 3D printed. I mean, you could 3D print a dupe. You could. But you could also get this one. I'm not trying to show for Hasbro here. I'm going to get this. Yes, he has boot toe articulation too. Leia, he does. I'm getting this. I like Deadpool. I want this Deadpool. I want dupe. And I don't want to pay aftermarket prices for dupe. I like that shot on the back. He's holding the dynamite. Maximum series Deadpool. All right, now here we get into the really cool pictures. So these guns are new. These two are new. We get this awesome, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if it's a grenade launcher, a shotgun, what, but it's got a kickstand on it. It's got a clip in it. It's different colors. We got the wood paneling on it, painted beautifully as it should be. This is an upgraded Juggernaut Wave Deadpool. Yeah, it's pinless arms and legs and new sculpt and all that stuff, but it is based on that version of Deadpool, which is a more modern, like, I want to say like mid 2010s looking Deadpool. We got an AK-47 with some tape wrapped around the stock, which I think looks really cool. That's something Deadpool would do. I don't need a new one. I'll just keep wrapping it with tape. By the way, give me a chimichanga. The gun on the left hand already looks like it's bending. Left hand. A little bit. I don't blame the promo shots for that. I blame Hasbro for giving them the stuff. Yeah, that's what I think I said, Stu. Jersey Maniac mentioned that. I'll show you the gun. But the thing about this knife is it's new. People are saying, oh, baby knife. Baby knife isn't new. Baby knife is old. That is not new. This is Rock and Roll's machine gun, I believe, is what Jersey Maniac was pointing out. It looks like it has that removable clip, and it has the effect port for G.I. Joe size effects. And that is a new unmasked head sculpt, because the one, not unmasked, but like pulled up mask, because the other one that we have has more of a smile instead of that ghastly grin that Deadpool has right there. Obviously he's happy because he's getting a chimichanga. Because the funny thing about the Juggernaut Deadpool is they packed him in with a taco. Deadpool doesn't give a shit about tacos. He doesn't give a shit about tacos. He likes chimichangas. Chimichangas, baby. That's what DP is all about. M203 grenade launcher, I think, is the underside attachment. He got a lot of shit on there. Down here, yeah, he does have a lot of shit on there. I think it looks fantastic. I think the body proportions are great. He's kind of lithe, but still muscular. Because Deadpool's strong, but he's not like a mega jack superhero. Definitely taller than Spider-Man, so I'm hoping this is at least a head taller, or half a head taller than Max Spider-Man. I think Deadpool's like 6'2", something like that. It looks like he has boot cut. I'm gonna say he has boot cut. I'm not gonna take away and say, oh, I don't see boot cut. So I'm just gonna have faith that he has a boot cut here. And he also has that new neck setup that Maximum Spider-Man uses. So he's got, the separate neck piece with the separate ball peg for the head, but it's got that deeper cut like Maximum Spider-Man has. So it'll be able to go forward and backward and to the side with a lot more motion than any other Deadpool that we've gotten. So here he is with dupe, and he's like, what the fuck is this thing? And that's fair, because dupe is a very thingly thing, and they probably don't even know what they are. Deadpool is pretty jacked in the first solo comic run. Yeah, he was pretty blocky back then. Are you talking about like a Liefeld run, or just like an earlier? Because I'm sure Liefeld drew him like a brick shithouse. And he'll tell you all day about how much he contributed to Deadpool's character. Bro, you made the image, and you kind of created him as an assassin, and then everyone else took the ball and ran with it. That's what you did, Rob. Smoke break. That's what you did, Rob. You can't take all the credit. You just created the character himself. And yeah, I see what you mean. That AK-47 does look a little bit bent there, which is kind of funny. But there he is dropping his guns. My bad. I don't understand. Sorry, I hit that really hard. I don't understand why they keep giving Deadpool wakizashi instead of full katanas. That makes no sense to me. There he is with baby knife. He's got his shh. And then you can see the toe articulation is pointed out very clearly. So they're like, yes. And I want to say that where this is separated, there's a boot cut. There has to be, because that's tilted at an angle. I don't know. There is this dynamite, his pointer finger. So like I said, these hands are reused, but I think that one, no, that's that one right there. Never mind. I'm wrong. Here's Deadpool about to take a shit. I admit Liefeld's character costume designs are almost all into classic. I think it's his forte. I'm Rob Liefeld, and I totally contribute to Marvel's knockoff parody of Slade Wilson. Absolutely. That's Rob Liefeld. He's like, yeah, I ripped this off, but I made it. I made it. Grifter, I ripped it off, but I made it. Chimichanga. What does it say on it? El bueno tequito. Tequito? No? I can't read that. It's like, I can't read that bottom part. But that's cool that it has print on it, and you know it's chimichanga. Well, you need to know it's chimichanga, because if you say it's taco, you're wrong. It's not a burrito either. It's a chimichanga. Chimichangas. Here is both of them. I don't know how they got dupe to fly. I don't know if that's false advertising or if this maximum dupe actually flies in the air, because I don't see a stand here. I'm joking, obviously. Takira. I don't know. Poquito español. No mucho español. Toy does not talk. Well, that sucks. Why doesn't the toy talk, Infamous? Here we have our two besties posing together. Oh, it is still a grin. It just looks extra toothy in those other pictures. That's weird. But I believe that's a new head sculpt. Dupe looks great. He looks kind of stoned, though. He looks like he's been hitting the pendulum like I have. Dupe's powers are existing. Yes. Being existing is Dupe's powers, right? I ripped it off, but I made it. Get him! I'm not sure what Dupe's powers are. I don't remember. The chimichanga writing is the same as on Deadpool's taco truck. Ah, there we go. Deadpool's taco truck. Okay, where's the accessories? Oh, shout out to the figure report, by the way. That is where obviously these images are coming from. Shout out to Mikey for putting these all together. He levitates and has a surreal interdimensional world inside him. That's a cool power. I want a surreal interdimensional. Nope, phrasing. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Here's Deadpool finger banging. Sorry, finger guns, not finger banging. Monetization, don't fail me. So that's cool. Cool shot right there with flying levitating Dupe, which apparently is real to life. Oh no, there's the stand. There's the stand. You can't do that, Hasbro. It's like painting out the pins. You can't just lie and say he flies. That's some bullshit. Kind of like Kirby. Yeah, a little like Kirby, but green and gay, which I love. Here's Deadpool with that rock and roll machine gun. It is absolutely the G.I. Joe one, because you can see the clip or magazine. Sorry, not clip. The magazine ported into the side of the gun. So that is like 100%. The rock and roll one. I wouldn't mind Marvel Legends of Ecstatic. Dupe's OG X Team. Yeah, he was on Ecstatics, and I think that they should totally make that. Rowdy, I need you all to take away my Whatnot account. I was a little crazy on some Mythic Legions last night. Stu, don't do that. Don't do that. You spend your money on going to cons. Mythic Legions are a very expensive rabbit hole. Look at what J-Mac has done. His whole life has turned into Mythic Legions. Actually, I don't know, because we haven't seen him in his pickups lately. But I know for a time, all of his money was going to Mythic Legions, and you may be going in that rabbit hole so I'm trying to save you, Stu. Save your money for Maximum Deadpool and Legions Con and Toy Tuber Expo 2, Electric Boogaloo. Clipping, finger banging, make it. No, don't do it, Kaiju. I don't care. Do it. Do it. Do it. You won't do it. And here, okay, here's all the accessories. Now I can count how many he has. 1, 2. You see how these are smaller? These ones, that's so they fit into those new guns, because those, at least this one is a G.I. Joe gun. So they needed this smaller port on the blast effect. So those may be new blast effects, or I think they're the Black Widow ones, which are smaller. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know shit about toys. I just make it all up and pretend, right? Some people say that. They're like, oh, she doesn't know anything about toys. I know more than you. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wow. He's the figure, and then Deadpool is the 23rd accessory. It would have been nice if Dupe had trigger fingers. I hope. ETN Omega, what's up? I just got into Mythic Legions, and damn, it's a hell of a drug. I have a skeleton arm. I have an army. We have a Hulk. And we have a Maximum Deadpool coming for $50 next week for pre-order on Tuesday, the 26th, 8/26. So you know what I will be doing? I will be pre-ordering this bad boy. And this is what I was talking about. So these are actually new ones too. These Wakizashi are new. But why the hell? Here, let me move my beautiful face out of the way. Why the hell are you giving Deadpool Wakizashi instead of Katana? Why? What's up with that? You don't think Deadpool would want some full-size Katana for full-size penetration? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The jokes lend to themselves. This is Deadpool we're talking about here. Pegging is new for Disney friendos, but not me. I love that Ryan Reynolds Deadpool is very, very queer as far as the things that he says in talking about dating boys and stuff. It's so funny. It's great. It's just like Deadpool, who is pansexual in the comics. Deadpool gets down. He don't care. He's just like, yeah, let's do it. Finger bang. Sorry. I'm sorry. I told you I should have stayed asleep instead of waking up for this. I have one Mythic Legions figure and I also quit. I didn't even buy it. I won it in a giveaway. There you go. I have 2 Cosmic Legions and I think I'm going to keep it at that. I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down that dragon hole because I have 1 Mythic Legions figure and made myself quit. That's good. That's good, CJ. Whiskey Dig of the Blades. I'm not sure what that's in reference to, Leia. So I'm going to smoke about it. I'm back. You see how handy OBS is? I can just do that without much trouble. I can just switch back and forth. Speaking of, let me, oh, here we go. We'll go really quickly because I know Avi's not here anymore, but he can watch the replay.
Across the world, and you've still got energy. Well, here you.
I don't need sound on, Dave. I'm sorry. I don't need to hear your voice right now, Dave. I love you to death, but here, let me see. StreamYard on. Whoa, there's 2 of me. So here's Dave's video talking about ToyTuber Expo. To cap it all off, we'll go back to talking about it. Here's Abi's video again. Like I said, Dave was using Abi's footage too because Abi is the GOAT. Abi got that footage. Abi did the work so that we didn't have to. We could all party. And no, Abi partied too. He was having shots the whole time. I love it. I have a green skeleton as the leader. I have one. We already got that kaiju. I will be buying Deadpool for sure. I will as well. Sword just got out of the water. Oh, okay. That's I understand now. I understand that reference. Did you pick up the Madame Mask Crossbones 2-pack? I'm pretty happy with it. I did not. I may wait and see if it drops in price because I don't really care about Crossbones. My villain shelf is pretty cool and I know nothing about Madame Mask. Oh, look, it's me again. It's me again. You know, he purposely put me on the screen. Oh, Dave. And then I pointed out to him. It was so crazy. It was so crazy seeing Dave in person. And me and Dave didn't talk just once. Like I went up to him. He was like the first, other than the people I saw outside, he was the first person I talked to. I ran up. I was like, Dave, give me a big hug. And we talked. And then we just kept running into each other because there's such a small floor, which was good. I like that. I like that there wasn't a whole lot. Once you saw the toys you wanted and you got what you wanted, it was all about the people, which it was all about the people in the first place. But Dave is such a personable guy. Everyone is exactly how you would expect. There was not a single bad vibe. No one was talking shit about anybody. Nobody rolled up with 100 people or anything like that. It was all fun. It was a nice hotel. You know, if you got a room, you could go out to the pool if you wanted to. They had a bar right next to the door. Next year, I'm getting a hotel room and I'm drinking. I'm going to get hammered, so be forewarned. I don't get sloppy when I get drunk. I just get sillier, so be forewarned. And there's Dave talking about the Iron Man 2-pack. So we will take his video off now. But yeah, Dave had a good time. Everyone who went had a good time. It was just one of those things that you had to be there to fully understand the depth of what was put together. Because shout out to Ninja and the Find My Figures ladies and Viteri Productions for putting all of this together, because it was, as far as preparation and announcement and all that stuff, it was pretty short turnaround time. Like, he announced it maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago. He got Dave to come. He got D Amazing to come. He got Sir Dork was there. I met Sir Dork. I met Big Nerdy from Nerdzoic. Gonna try to reach out to people and have I will have D on. He promised me he would come on again, so we'll have another D Amazing Part 2 interview. I'm trying to get Big Nerdy to come on so he can talk about what it's like from going to a collector to being a retailer, which I'm sure just changes your dynamic completely. And I want to know. I want to ask him all the questions. You're late for the chili cook-off. Well, as long as you're not Scott Tenderman, I think you'll be all right, Carl. So your name's Carl, not Scott. So I think you're okay. Don't worry. Chili cook-off is still going, which is the stream. We got, wow, only 9 minutes. I've already been streaming for an hour. Nobody shut me up. Pretty good. But yeah, ToyTuber Expo was so amazing, and there was just so many creative people there. I got to meet like some of my biggest YouTube idols. I got to meet some of my biggest YouTube friends. People who I don't know personally, like, came up and said, "Hey, I watch your channel. I like your content. I appreciate you. Keep doing that." And that felt really good. That was nice. And then there's people that found me after the con and subscribed to me. I got another like 12, 15 subscribers after the con, and just out of nowhere. And I was like, cool. This is what community outreach is like, right? Speaking of, I have it on my thumbnail because I'm going to start really pushing the 4K giveaway. I want to get to 4K before the end of the year. I want to hit 4K by like maybe mid-November. So start sharing my content. If you think there's anyone that's remotely interested and want to talk about, say, hey, go check out this chick. She never shuts up and talks about toys and uploads way too much and goes live way too much. But some people like that. So, put the feelers out there. Start plugging me and getting me to 4K, because I want to get there. I want to give away that Moffx Spider-Man. I want to use that to push other people. Like, I want to help Avi get to 2,500. I want to help Frankie get to 1,000. I want to, there's all these people that deserve so many more subscribers. I'm included in that. I just don't plug myself often enough. So I'm going all in, and I'm stating right now, push me, plug my channel, get me there, because it keeps going up. And I want to hit that 4K so I can just chill. Because I took a break when I hit 35, and it was nice to be like, hey, I accomplished something. I hit my goal. And good to see you. I wouldn't say blowing up, Robert, but it was nice to meet so many other YouTubers. That's the main thing. It was fantastic to meet so many fantastic people. Say that again. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna get a clip of that for super chats and stuff. Speaking of, I told y'all I would get all my super chats in here, and I did. I've got them all in here. So just for funsies.
Oh, hell nah. What's up, dog?
Hey, kid.
What?
I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading. Help computer.
I don't know much about computers other than the one we got in my house. My mom put a couple games on there and I played.
G.I. Joe!
You ever wake up and just start speaking binary? Oh, stew for lunch, member for 4 months. Member for 4 months. We're going to give you something for that. We're going to give you... How's it going, everyone? Todd Midfarlane back with another way to get my nut. You know, we lost the Batman way to get the nut, so now we're gonna go at it all in Mortal Kombat, and I'm gonna release really cool figures. $30 a pop. You know, we get a set of hands, you get a handstands, you get a handstand. You don't get much else. You know, with Scorpion, I decided he didn't get hands because I gave him his little kunai blade with the rope. You know, I was being generous. So I said, yeah, you should be generous to me and not give a crap that I'm not giving you accessories. And you get a little bit of the Todd father, just because I love you, Stu. Thank you for being a channel member. And also, if you're here and you want to become a channel member, because I do my members only live streams, I do have members first videos. In fact, plugging myself again, my Street Fighter Vega Jada Toys figure review is up right now for members. It'll go live for everyone on Saturday. But if you wanted to see that early, become a channel member, 99 cents. And also, like I said, live streams are on Saturday for members, most Saturdays. Sometimes, like, I'm going to try to do my gaming stream and do my live stream. What I may do is do gaming streams solely on Sunday and then do my members only on Saturday, just to keep the flow and the schedule and not overwork myself. The first clip had Boondock vibes. Rowdy Ross, Todd is immaculate. So I did totally, like, not copying anyone, him copying one, but Mad Hatter also does, like, Todd voiceovers, and I didn't know that until the other day when I saw one, and I was like, oh shit, I've got competition, because he just does, like, a straight up, like, kind of New York accent, which also works for Todd. I just play up the way that he talks and his mannerisms and all that shit, but Mad Hatter just makes that shit so funny. So I also reached out to Mad Hatter, so hopefully he'll get back to me. He had already said, yeah, he'll come on. We just got to work out when. So I know he's busy. He'll get back to me eventually, but I would like to talk to him about, obviously, making a toy line, making his own figure, how that went, all that stuff involved. He's working on, you know, other stuff, a comic book, like all that kind of stuff. So I would really like to pick his brain. That's the thing about these interviews, is it's people who I look up to. I appreciate what they do, or I want to know how their brain works. Like, like with D, I want to know how he ticked with the photography and you know, his vices, which is obviously Warhammer. I asked him at the con during his panel, I was like, if they re-released every single Joy Toy Warhammer figure that you got in 1/12, would you rebuy them? And he was like, yes, instantly. And I was like, I knew that. I didn't have to ask, but I wanted to prove the point that D has a problem. So it was a really fun con, and I'd love to get more guests on here. In fact, if you have a channel, and obviously I know you because you're in here, you can reach out to me and we can work something out. If you want to come on for like an hour, I try to do an hour and a half when I have guests on. It just depends on where the flow is going, how many questions we have, what's left afterwards to talk about, chat interactions and all that stuff if they have questions. So it's variable on the time, but at least an hour to pick your brain. So if you want to be on, I've had some people reach out to me to come on to their stuff, and it's a little more difficult. I want to do it. I would love to make the time. It's just a lot of people do their streams later, so it's harder for me because I gotta work 6 days out of the week and get up at 2:30 in the morning. So it's a little rough sometimes, but regardless, I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone that showed up for ToyTuber Expo, everyone that showed Ninja. What a great job he did, because he really did. It was fantastic con. It was a great first experience to meet so many people. That's the crazy thing. So I've known people from the internet, like friend groups online, for the longest time, and I've never been able to meet any of them and hang out in real life until Sunday. And it was surreal. It was fun. It was relaxing, even just to be around people with the same mindset, which is that we're here to meet good people and we're here to talk about toys and say, hey, I appreciate you. I'm glad to see you, and just learn about each other in a more personal way, which is great. And it wasn't I'm an awkward person, but I feel like I wasn't very awkward. I felt like I did okay. Everyone else was doing great, doing their thing, and it was so good. Like that's all I can say about it is, please, next year, when Ninja announces this shit, start planning for it. I'm sure it'll be in New Jersey again. I think what he should do is double the size of the venue and try to triple the amount of people coming. That way it feels the same. You know, it feels packed. It feels like there's so many people. You just keep bumping into the same people, which was great. I'm bummed. I'm stuck in Woodruff, South Carolina. I'm hoping to make it to Retro Toy Con, Toy Federation. I would like to go to Toy Federation as a store as well, but that's cool. A lot of these cons, Carl, are in places that are not best for me right now, which is crazy. So if I do go to those cons, I'll like have to fly directly to the con, like con or plane con, plane home, you know. So that's a little daunting, but I think I can swing at least one of them. I do want to go to IshCon next year. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Hell yeah. Peace out to y'all. Yep. On that note, everybody, I'm gonna get out of here. It's 6:01, so I've been going for an hour, but I could go on, but I'm gonna probably go back to bed. I'm tired. So I love y'all. Check out my members only stream. Check out my early reviews. Check out my Tuesday videos. Check out my gaming streams. All that stuff. It was very cool. Why keep the box? It was very, very cool convention. I love y'all. I will see you next time. And bye-bye.
Just wait 1 minute. I'm watching this new Rowdy Rolls video and it's really awesome. I don't want to miss it. It's like this chick that reviews action figures and it's really freaking cool.
Yes, I think they saw some videos and there's some really good contents out there, you know?
She reviews the ponies and stuff because you knows I love ponies.
She doesn't review ponies. It's freaking cool stuff, Toki.